It's Freedom Dad here, and yet again, it's another reply to the Sunday papers. And inside. So, trying to keep calm, you know what I mean? Because they're causing me so many problems. They're putting my life in danger, so they are. They're saying I'm a cousin of one of the Shangle butchers, which isn't true. You know, I'm an orphan. You know what I mean? Don't have any family. They're saying I got arrested in a house in Edinburgh, in one of the Shangle butchers' houses, and that's not true. I was arrested in Northern Ireland, so I was, and flew to Scotland. You know, the usual with a MI5 carry on, but we've addressed that. I don't know what else to say, guys. It does put me in a lot of danger, you know, with the things I'm doing and where places I'm going. It's difficult. It is really difficult, you know. Trying not to be too angry here. Obviously, going to have to speak to lawyers and stuff like that. Because that's just getting a bit silly now, you know what I mean? Connecting me to the Shangle butchers is quite bad, you know what I mean? And like I say, I've got nothing to do with the Shangle butchers. I don't have any family at all apart from my baby girl, you know. I've went through life as from 8-year-old with nobody, and everything I've done on my own back with no supporter brothers or uncles or anything like that. You know, I've been a one-man band since I was 8. Then you get, and yeah, so this is quite serious to be doing this. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm trying to save my kid. I'm trying to save my wee girl. I'm trying to save what's coming to Northern Ireland. I'm trying to help and reach out to guys in Ireland to let them know we're aware that their kids and their children are being harmed as well. You know, this is the media. You know, this is what we're up against, you know what I mean? And then I've got people that read these things and then they give me a hard time, as you've seen with the last one with the Irish News and everybody running about saying we've got evidence and, you know, using the Irish News as evidence. And probably once again, people will read this and they'll see the bit where Sinclair said he was working for the police in Scotland. And guys will run with that as well. And this is what I mean, you know what I mean? This is the problem. Some people just want to bring me down in my community, as well as the papers. And then I've also got the dissidents who don't like what I'm saying, you know. So I'm getting it from all directions, guys, right now. But, you know, it does makes me stronger. You know, like I say, my heart's sore. I rub banks on my own, you know. So I've got the heart of a lion, you know what I mean? I know who I am. I know what I've done in life and where I've been. And, you know, there's many things they can accuse me of, and this isn't one of them, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they don't know me. They don't know what I've done. You know what I mean? And this is what they're doing. They're grasping at straws. So they are. You know, they've even reached out to the Irish National Party, you know, and, you know, I've nothing against the guys, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here to cause any problems or create divisions. You do what you do, you know what I mean? I'm not here to bad mouth and all that. But, you know, we don't talk to the papers, you know what I mean? You're talking to the papers, or it doesn't make any sense. You're talking to the Sunday world, you know. I don't get that. We don't talk to the papers, you know. I'm not there I'm there to report and bring what you are doing in Ireland to the world. That's what I'm doing. I'm there not just for my community, to show my community how you are going forward. That's what I'm there doing, documenting the bravery of your men and women who are coming out on the streets in Dublin and in Limerick, you know. I'm a citizen journalist. Yeah, brought up in the Troubles. I'm not from the Shangle. I'm from South Belfast. I was born in Donegal Road, Kilburn Street, you know, so it doesn't make any sense to me, you know, just creating division between us. You know, this is the papers. We've went through years and years of division, guys, Protestants and Catholics, South and Northern Ireland. And here we are coming together. Here we are, you know, Northern Ireland guys and Southern Ireland guys coming together because we see something coming to our country that none of us predicted many years ago. And we adapt to the conditions of our lives as we see what's going on around us. That's just what we are. We're as men and women, as fathers and mothers and granddads and grandmothers, you know. You know, this is history. This is the past. Yes, I was a bank robber. Yes, I was a loyalist prisoner, you know. At the end of the day, that's it. that's it, guys. I was brought up in South Belfast, was bombed. Meyer was got a life bombed out of it by the provost because we lived next to the falls, you know what I mean? And they used to bring bombs in the Donegal Road to go into the city, and there would be a roadblock, so we'd just leave the bomb in my area. So being brought up with that and the rhetoric of what we were brought up to believe about each other created divisions, and it's very, you can explain it all. It's all logical and everybody can understand it. This is the thing. It's only the papers. It's only the media. It's the government-based, sourced media that write the rhetoric for the government to try and bring people like me down because I'm trying to do a bit of good for us all, So I don't know what else to say, guys. All I can ask you to do is share this video and put it out amongst the Irish people to let them know that the Sunday world are lying. I've got 600 videos, I talk about my life in detail, Some things I can't talk about, especially the MI5 thing, because I was in a dock on oath, and, I've got to be careful what I say because, I do believe people are trying to push me into coming out and saying something and then I could get done for that, So all I can do is tell people, I was looking at 18 to 22 years, that's what I was told. I was on remand for a year. They brought me from Northern Ireland telling me that they had my fingerprint on the counter of a bank, which I knew wasn't possible. A year on remand in Barlinnie in Scotland, trying to get rid of a fingerprint, and then they turned one of my co-accused against me, a guy I knew for 10 years, a really close friend, who turned Queen's evidence and got immunity from prosecution. My defence was that the reason why he was standing there telling all these lies about me was because I was working for Special Branch. They found out I was working for Special Branch and were blaming all the bank robberies on me. Okay? Like I say, other stuff's come out in the papers. The Sunday people say I'm responsible for £900,000 worth of bank robberies in Northern Ireland. A lot of people say a lot of things about me. Yes, I was a bank robber. Okay? End of story, guys. You know what I mean? We was in the Troubles. I was born in 70, brought right up through it, and at the end of the day, my personal thing, I seen it as a victimless crime, I'm a Christian and I'm proud of who I am, and I sleep very well every single night, and I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm proud of who I am. I'll always be proud of who I am. But this is a message to everybody who reads these papers. You've got to understand that these are lies. Yes, I was a bank robber. I never got 17 years. I got 18 years. No, I never got arrested in Edinburgh. I was arrested in Northern Ireland. I've never lived in Edinburgh. I've never stayed in a flat in Edinburgh ever, and I don't know any of the Shankill butchers. I'm definitely not related to any of them. So, guys, I don't know what to say. This is really to do me harm and to bring harm to me and where I'm going and trying to report what's going on in Ireland and Northern Ireland. So it's up to individuals how they react to this and what they take from it. All I can do is do what I do and is reply on my platform. And thank God I have my platform to do this because, this is difficult. This is really, really difficult. You know what I mean? And there's no need for it. And like I say, we all know this is coming. We all are expecting it. And I expect more and more and more. And I don't know, it's difficult. It is getting tough on many levels, as you know with my videos. It is getting hard. And, I am being pushed out in many directions, because people just don't want to see changes in Northern Ireland and Ireland that protect our children and our women. They're prepared to sacrifice their children. They're prepared to sacrifice their women for their own end gains, whether that's for money, whether it's jealousy, whether it's clicks on YouTube or TikTok. I don't know, But at the end of the day, I am who I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And, I just expect you as citizens, as, patriots to understand what I'm going through and how difficult it is. But I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on going. Nobody's going to stop me. Certainly not the newspapers and Hugh Jordan. But so, yeah, I will be in touch with Hugh Jordan and I will be in touch with my lawyers, obviously, because, they can't just do this and make up stories about me and connect me to hardline loyalists like the Shankill butchers, It's not fair. It's not who I am. It's never been that kind of person. And, and I'm a Christian, I've always been a Christian. This is the best about it. And some people may find that hard to believe, but I don't have to explain my relationship with God to nobody. I only have to explain myself to God whenever I leave leave this world, and I get judged. So on that, guys, this will not stop me, will not hold me back, it will not keep me down, but it is difficult. So thanks for all your love and all your support. Please share this video out and let people know that the Sunday World and the newspapers is a sustained attack on Freedom Dad. And don't know what else to say, guys. It's difficult, but I'll get a coffee, take the dog a walk, get into the forest for a wee half an hour and clear the head, and maybe see some of you all soon. I'm Freedom Dad, and God bless.